Hi, my name is Joe Ateo, Technical Trainer with Bosch Automotive Service Solutions. Today we're going to take a look at the FWA 4437 wheel liner. We're going to take a look at how to check and change a wireless channel if necessary. I have 3 heads laid out just like they were on a vehicle. I'll put the 4th head in place. If you look at the yellow sticker on each head, it'll indicate which position it goes on a vehicle. The next step would be to hook up the cables to the heads. The 2 cables that are connected to the aligner are going to connect to the front 2 heads, one to the left and one to the right. Once those 2 cables are connected, take the 2 remaining cables and connect the front 2 heads to the rear 2 heads. When the cables are connected, the head should turn on automatically, indicated by the green light. The next step would be to walk over to the aligner. First, we're going to click on the maintenance option, and the 3rd option down would be display all sensor values. After a short time, the aligner will display all the measurement values from the heads, indicating that they're communicating with the computer. Next, we're going to close down the alignment program. We're going to navigate to the yellow box that says CCD in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Double click. First, we want to click on the Devices tab, and then the Reload tab at the lower right. Once all of the boxes on the center turn green, we know we're communicating. We want to now check our channels. We're going to click on the channel option to the left, and then also click Reload in that screen. As you can see here, the aligner is on channel 3, head number 1, 3, and 4 are also on channel 3. Head number 2 is on channel 1, which is allowing it not to communicate wirelessly with the aligner. In order to change that channel, we would check the checkmark box next to channel 1, click the channel we'd like to set it to, and then click Set New Channel. The channels are all set on channel 3. To verify operation, we would then remove all the cables from our heads. Make sure to turn the heads back on after the cables are removed. We're going to open up the alignment program. Once the alignment program opens up, we're going to again check all sensor values. We're going to go to Maintenance and display all sensor values. After a short time, all the values will be displayed again in the center of the screen. Once all the values are displayed on the screen, we know our heads are communicating wirelessly and all the channels are correct. Next, we're going to go over charging system testing. First thing we'd want to do is test the output of the charging station. To do that, you want to remove the head from the charging dock, and with your voltmeter set to DC voltage, test between the 2 charging pins. We should have around 8 volts DC. If we do not have 8 volts DC, the fuse could be the issue. Since we do have 8 volts DC, we're going to replace our head back on the charging dock. Remove the front cover. And now I'll be testing the input to the charging board. To test the input, we're going to remove the connector that comes from the charging contacts. With our multimeter, we will probe the connector, and we should have 8 volts, around 8 volts DC. If we have 8 volts DC, we can replace our connector. And now to check the output, we're going to remove the battery connector. The output is going to be tested on the 2 outside pins of the connector. A good charging board is going to have between 5.3 and 5.7 volts DC. If it's below this number, the board should be replaced. Next, we'll test the output of the battery. To test the output of the battery, we're going to go to the 2 outside connectors on the battery. The battery should be no lower than 4 volts DC. If the system's been charging for more than 6 hours and the battery is lower than 4 volts, it should be replaced. We then replace the battery connector, and testing is complete.